the government came and took over our schedules and made us work long hours, and whenever we did get time with family, we were busy getting ready for the next day, so we hardly got any time or affection from our family. Sometimes I wonder if our children in child care centers feel this way. Am I being extreme? Maybe, maybe not. Nearly 11 million children are placed in child care setting weekly, and they spend on average 35 hours a week in the child care setting. And we know from this preschool that some of these children stay up to 55 hours. This is a breakdown of how little time they actually do get with their family after they're in a child care setting and sleep, and then the time left, which they may not get back. One time I volunteered at a preschool, and we weren't allowed to hold or hug the children. And sometimes I've worked with teachers that have been afraid to give the children affection and to hold them too much because they were afraid they'd spoil the child, and then it would make it worse because lots of times we don't have time to tend to the children as they need. John, it's been proven that kids in child care have more behavioral problems than other children. And John Bowlby is a psychoanalyst that stated that children later difficulties, emotional health and behavioral difficulties are contributed to early childhood. We are all born with the need for affection, and we never outgrow it. And it's been proven that it helps us to be healthier and live longer if we get more affection. In many countries, they massage their children because they know that touch is important. Dr. Bernard has studied children, and she found that even 8 years after, the children that were held more had higher cognitive development. And Dr. John Bowlby was the person that said that our early relationship and childhood experiences and attachments contribute to our social relationships all throughout life. And here's a video.
Mother's Day is great. Mother's Day is when they, burn my toast and jump on me in bed, and I love it. It makes my heart melt. After 3 years of trying for a baby, we discovered that we were going to have twins. And we were super excited. We were going to have 2 babies. At 26 weeks, we were told I was going into labour early. It was the most frightening thing I've ever been told. When they were born, we were eager to find out. There was a bit of confusion over what sex they were, because when they're premature, everything is a little bit different. First they called out it was 2 boys, then they called out it was a boy and a girl, and then we noticed the dynamic in the room was quite strained. The doctor turned and said, "Have you chosen a name for your son?" And we said, "Yeah, his name's Jamie." And he just sat on the edge of the bed and said, "Jamie didn't make it, we've lost him." David collapsed next to me. I just grabbed the baby from the doctor and unwrapped him, and I ordered David to get his clothes off and get into bed with me because I wanted as much body heat around this baby as possible because he was cold and I wanted him to be warm and alive. We put his skin against my skin, and then I just held him close to my heart. I moved his head so that his ear would be able to hear my heart beating, and cried and cried. So we told him that he had a sister and that her name was Emily and that she was going to be okay and that he needed to look out for her. And that we had big plans for him, for his life. We made a lot of promises, which we're happy to keep. And we just described all of his extended family to him. So we're pulling our eyes out and holding him. And then it started to move. And then we thought, what? What's happening? And so we rang for the midwives to come back and we said, look, he's moving, he's breathing. And they said, he's dying, you need to say goodbye. And we never let go of him. His skin was against mine for the entire time. And then he opened his eyes and he grabbed David's finger, and his tiny fingers only just covered the tip of David's finger, and he held on and he laid his head back down on my chest and stared at his dad. It was the most astounding and amazing thing that had ever happened. We realised it was because we had held him, and because he had the body heat of his mother and father, and that soft cocooning warmth. That's what had brought him back and had given him the time that he needed to live. We didn't stop touching them from the moment we got them home because we knew how valuable skin-on-skin contact was. It's what had saved his life. Sometimes when I hug them, I think I'm hugging them a bit too tight because I know how close I came to not having children. The twins are 5 in March, and a lucky little third baby, Charlie, will be 4 in April. The good stuff is when they repeat gestures back to you that you use with them. So sometimes they'll sit next to me and they'll just start patting my back, or someone will stroke my hair. And I'm just thinking, this is bliss, I'm so lucky.
It's been proven that a lack of touch and affection in children can retard growth and development. How many of you would like more love and affection in your family? So I imagine these children that are in child care settings, they have busy teachers running about all the time, and they would like more affection also. Whenever I was little, I had a bunch of cats, and because I lived out in the country and we'd get lots of cats, and the ones that I would choose as my favorite and give them more time and attention, those are the ones that lived and the other ones died off. So, since we've determined that it's so important to have affection in our lives from birth till we die, I want to challenge each of you to take time out to give 3 children a hug